If you believe something, is it more likely that you will achieve that goal or less likely? It's more. See, beliefs, in my opinion, are nothing more than a collection of similar ideas, a collection of similar thoughts. And if you get enough of those collections, if you get enough of those thoughts, you'll eventually be able to develop that belief system. Belief systems are extremely powerful. If you believe something, will you take more action or less action? More or less? More, right? So the more references you get, the more stories you hear, whether you tell them yourself or whether you hear them from other individuals, does that really matter? Not really. If you hear something enough times, you'll eventually hit a point where you actually believe that. Your beliefs dictate your actions, and your actions will ultimately dictate your results. But what comes first? What comes first? And your beliefs will dictate your what? And your actions will ultimately dictate what you have in your life. I always look around and I see the things that I have in my life, and Jennifer and I have gone through some pretty big ups and downs. And it wasn't until we really took a look at our belief system. Once we took a look at our belief system, then we were able to modify the things that we had in our lives. You see, the beliefs that you have are the most powerful rooted cause that you possibly can have. How many of you guys have ever heard an excuse in your business? Anyone ever given you an excuse? Is there anybody in your business that should be here right now? Is there one person in your team that you're sitting there saying, God damn, I wish he was here to hear that? And you turn to your person next to you. See, that's for Steve. I wish Steve was here to say that. And then you go back home and you try to tell him, no, Steve, you don't understand. Nick was standing up here, and then you go on to try to describe the taste of a banana. It's virtually impossible to do. They had a what? They had an excuse. And we've all heard excuses, and some of us have maybe even had excuses. I categorize them in a couple different things. I can't because, I shouldn't because, well, I can't do that. That's just absolutely silly. I can't get to the event. You've got to be crazy. You got to be kidding me. That event is an hour away. You see, excuses come from everybody. Excuses come from anybody. You guys probably had to get through a few challenges to be able to get here, to be able to take your business, take your life to that next level. Would I agree on that? Would you guys agree with me on that? But we still hear them all the time. And sometimes we got to come back to each other, right? We're surrounded by all the noise. We're surrounded by all the negativity. We're surrounded by all the crap, if you will. Can I say that? Probably. And by coming here and surrounding yourselves with each other, do you guys feel more inspired? Do you guys feel closer together? Do you guys have a little bit more belief in what we're doing here in our cause? You bet you do. I know you do. The biggest thing that I used to fall back to when I was younger, people are like, younger? He looks like he's 12. How much younger can you be? When I was younger, I played the inner victim game. How many of you guys can relate to being a victim in things? And by victim, I mean I didn't have any money because our taxes were too high. That's the only reason. If our taxes were lower, I would have been a millionaire when I was 21. It's not my fault. Government needs all my money. That's being a professional victim. And sometimes we hear other people come up in being a victim all the time as well. Well, you know what? The comp plan is a great comp plan, but if it paid 5% on level 9, I'd be an ambassador. It's a conspiracy. You guys ever have those friends where everything seems to go wrong for them? Do you guys have a friend where everything goes wrong? I mean, if crap was going to happen, it's going to happen to this guy right here. And it always does. How many of you guys believe in the law of attraction? Right? Like attracts like. I got this one friend, I swear to God. He is such a professional victim. He plays the blame game, and the whole world is against him. Matt is his name. Let's go to the store. Let's go for a drink. Oh, I can't go for a drink. Why not? I don't have any money. You just got paid 2 weeks ago. You just got paid a week ago. No, I don't have any money. Well, where'd all your money go? Well, geez, you know, Jay, I got child support, I got kids, and then I had to pay it over there, and then, you know, I owed Bob $50, and then I had to pay interest on this. I had to get my TV back from over here, and then I went up to the store to get a coffee, and did you know they should up price of coffee? I swear to God, it was $1.50 for the last 10 years, and then when I got there, it was $1.80, so that was an extra 20 cents there. When I got out of the car, I parked the car, and there was a great big puddle right there, so I stepped in the puddle, shoe got wet, so then I couldn't go into the store. I had to go buy new shoes. Have you seen the price of shoes lately? I swear to God, these price of shoes are so crazy. Every single situation, every single scenario always comes back to a certain specific item, and that item always has to do how the world is conspiring against this individual. I got other friends where I have to carry an umbrella with me. I call it my crap umbrella. And if I go near this girl, I know I got to be sitting tight underneath the umbrella because it's going to rain. And it's going to rain crap. If something's going to bad happen, it's going to happen to her, and I've got to be ready for it all the time. Because like attracts like. And these negative people, they attract negativity, and they tend to create excuses for every single thing that they do in their lives. Anybody ever heard that there's nobody left to talk to? We were in an ambassador meeting, and Nick says to the security guy, have you ever heard of the Body by Bite Challenge? What was the answer? No. Is that an excuse? Is that an excuse? You see, we can come up with an excuse for everything. You should be on the conference calls. Well, I'd be on the conference calls, but for some reason, I hear this in Canada sometimes. When are we going to get a Canadian call? We need to do a Canadian call with a Canadian line. I would be on the call, but I don't have a long distance plan. Well, maybe we should get a long distance plan. Well, I would get a long distance plan, but it costs an extra $4.99 to be able to get all you can talk in North America. Is that an excuse? Well, I would be a rising star, but the whole thing started on Thursday, and I was on vacation until Friday, and then my plane was delayed, and then I got stuck at the airport, and I had no cell phone reception, so I couldn't do it on there, and then this dog stepped on my foot, I dropped it, the donkey ate it. People will come up with excuses 9 times out of 10 to support an action that they don't want to do. People will come up 9 times out of 10 with an excuse to support an action that they don't want to do. Would you agree with me on that?